FM.
Rock out. Good morning, Boston, Massachusetts. How are you guys today? We are here. We are there. We are everywhere. Okay, sorry, I was saving a number in my phone. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. This is Saucy and Friends in the Morning. Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony B. Knowin, and me, Miss Hot Sizzling Sauce. And we are here in the building. It is Thursday. It's Thursday. That means the week is almost done.
Yes, sir.
The week is almost done. The weekend is almost here. There's a lot of things going on this weekend, isn't there?
Plenty of things. You know, this is the end of the summer. Everybody's getting ready to get their last minute.
Everybody's cashing in on
not the end
dates.
of summer, but the middle of summer. So, all the dates from here on are pretty much
multiple things happening all at the same time, everywhere you go. Every day of the weekend is going to be many things that you guys can be doing with yourselves.
We could say ain't nothing going on, but there's plenty of things.
If you want to say ain't nothing going on, it's because you don't want to do anything. That is what it is. Because there is way too many things. Even tomorrow is the Queens of R&B. It's also the WILD radio reunion at the Bruce Bowling Building.
Oh, wow.
Saturday, there is a plethora of things to do. I don't even know all the things that there is to do because there's so many. On Sunday, there's so many things to do as well. Sunday was something was happening tomorrow. Oh, Saturday is the Nubian Square block party. It's an ode to Donna Summers.
Okay. Again?
So I guess this is the black ode to Donna Summers, maybe, because the first one was on City Hall and it was more, diverse in nature. Mm-hmm. So this time they are doing a Nubian Square ode to summer. What's your name? Donna Summers. So that should be fun. So if you guys are looking for something to do on Saturday, that is what it is. I know there's some rooftop shenanigans going on and all kinds of great things going on this weekend. And today is Noah's birthday, and is that them coming or is that me in the glass? Oh, today is Noah's birthday, and he's 9 years old. Today's going to let Tony do that, but he wanted to get it in. So we'll be turning up for him later on today. So that's going to be a good day.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
How was your evening?
My evening was pretty good. Yesterday we did some work here. I think that I've been lifting too many things and putting them down. And then between the walking and the lifting, my body is in absolute shambles. Like from my waist down, it is hurting and I am in hurt. But yesterday we finally got rid of all of our junk removal and trash. When you need to get something done, you got to do it yourself. And that's what we did. We in here, we put all the boxes, we cleared out our storage. And then we went home and chilled the F out. Chilled out. Yes, sir.
What about you? I basically did the same thing you did. I was here. I stayed here after the show. I didn't leave till about 6 o'clock.
Damn.
I was just chilling. So we was getting stuff done yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Nicolette that was in here as well working.
We're going to start making some more design moves now that our construction part is almost over.
Yeah, man.
I mean, for the most part, everything is in place.
Miss Tony, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Anyway.
This day is going.
It's your son's birthday. Be happy. Force the happiness. Force it.
I'm happy.
You don't.
I was not happy.
I know, but I'm saying force the energy. It's your baby's birthday. He's 9 years old, and
thank you.
He's
so
thriving.
Much, Angie. And yes, Jane's birthday is Saturday. Well, that's gonna be a good time too. It is Noah's birthday. Noah, come here.
Oh, he is here. Noah. Come out of the office, Noah. his office that he calls it. I ain't been in the office yet. And these children been,
Boy, he be chilling.
happy birthday to you.
Yay.
Come here, let me see. Let everybody see your shirt. Jump. Oh, God, you're heavy. How much do you weigh? See, look, he
birthday
says,
boy
birthday
shirt.
boy shirt.
Nah.
Say something to the people. That's 9 for you. That is 9.
Noah's been woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, was like, "Mommy, it's time for vacation."
Yes.
And then went right back to sleep.
Yes.
Immediately. And so it's been a Noah thinks is a teenager, so it's that thing that's going on.
Oh yes, teenage.
But besides that, I'm good. I had a good evening. Dropped Noah off to go get his hair done. Did everybody see this?
That is nice. That's an intricate design.
And she did it in like 30 minutes. He's got to get a lineup, so don't look too close.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went for a quick walk around a little park with Sparkle and Danielle, and that was fun.
That was very fun.
We discovered a new little park, and that was nice. And then it's really hot in here. It's really hot in here, y'all.
Jeez.
The AC's on.
No, maybe because you just came up. You was just in movement.
I am sweating.
He was in
really bad
movement.
But yeah, so today's going to be a good day. Looking forward to spending time with the kids. It is warm, which is what we need for today. And so, it's going to be a great day. I think we're going to have a great time.
I think so too. Today I started out kind of, in a weird space, but then I went to Dunkin' Donuts and the nice officer in front of me paid for my whole food. And I was really excited about that because I was really trying to cash in some points. So I got to say,
mad Dunkin' Donuts points.
Me too, but I like to save them for when I have things going on. This is I forgot that this is not.
I decided to only go to Dunkin' Donuts on Mondays so I can get double points.
Oh yes, that is smart.
So then I can have mad points.
That is
right now.
smart.
I got like 1,600 points.
Let me get
100 points.
Let me get something
right.
Yeah.
Share the love.
Let me get a little something.
I'm about to get food for all of us.
How many? Sorry, quick question. Everybody in the audience, how many apps do you? Not apps, but like food app type of situations do you have on your phone? I currently have McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts, and I think that McDonald's is far superior than the Dunkin' Donuts one. How many do you guys have?
I have McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, and Taqueria.
Yeah.
And Taqueria.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What do you got, Tristan?
Grubhub, DoorDash, McDonald's,
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Got to have the Wendy's.
How's Wendy's app? Is it nice?
You know what I heard over the weekend is that the Wendy's over there on American Legion Highway, that is one of the busiest Wendy's in America.
Yeah.
It's busy because they are moving slowly. That's why it's busy. It's so busy that it gets busy because they're moving so slowly. If they would get the one person out first and take more orders, they would not be as busy because it would be a revolving door. However, they wait. It's like a club. That Wendy's on American Legion Highway waits for every car to come into the drive-through before they start taking orders. And then everybody takes a break and leaves. And then they come back and do the orders. That's what I think.
But then also there's like, I'm sorry, but there's like only two Wendy's and there's one in Quincy. Quincy. And the other closest one is in Dedham. Right?
I would like to say.
Well, I don't see one in Dedham.
Dedham. Where is it?
Stoughton. Straight up
Wendy's,
138.
Quincy, and there's another one. I don't know. But that's why it's so busy.
So nobody goes to the Quincy one?
Not really. You gotta go over the bridge.
People go to the Quincy.
I went to the Quincy
late night
because
one.
this is the one that I frequent. I would rather go all the way to Quincy than go to American Legion because that Quincy one is fast and efficient. Them Asians in there, they get you your order immediately. It is correct. It is hot. It is fresh, and you go. There's no problems there ever.
Oh, Mass Ave. There's Roslindale, which is that one on American Legion, right? Mass Ave, Quincy.
Where's Mass Ave?
The one down there, Mass Ave by the dumpling place. Right
Mass Ave.
Oh, okay. You got
and
that.
then there's Quincy, Everett, Medford.
I've been to the one in Everett and
Randolph.
Where's Randolph one?
Is that Randolph one, the one that I'm calling Stoughton? No, because there's a Stoughton one too. There's a Randolph, Stoughton, Norwood. There's Matt.
So is Wendy's not a hardcore friend? Is Wendy's only America? I mean, only America. Only Massachusetts?
No.
You guys seen the Wendy's somewhere else?
Yeah, there's Wendy's. There's nationwide Wendy's.
I seen the Wendy's.
You got me thinking now. I don't know. Yeah, but there has to be. Yeah, absolutely.
Is Wendy's only in America?
No.
Not in America. Well, that too.
Nationwide.
No, but I want to know because we do know that there's a lot of
McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Huts.
Yep. Oh, them Pizza Huts in Honduras.
Oh, them Pizza Huts in Honduras is crazy.
Is Wendy's only America with more than 7,000 restaurant locations in more than 30 markets in U.S. territories? Nope, they're not. They're only in America.
And there's only 7,000. Well, a little bit more than 7,000.
Yeah.
How many McDonald's?
Oh, no. Oh, they are in other places. McDonald's. That's how many McDonald's are there? I don't think you can quantify how many McDonald's are there.
There's McDonald's on every corner. So what else I found out yesterday, and this is all food related, I guess. Did you guys know that over here is a food desert?
Yeah.
Mattapan.
Oh yeah.
There's no stop. There's no place to get fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff other than the mango people. And where's the nearest one? There's Grove Hall Stop and Shop, and then there is
you gotta go down to
Star Market up here. Neponsit.
Yeah, but that's always been a problem being the Mattapanian that I am.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm trying to find food, it's a hassle. Like good, fresh food, healthy food, there's none.
And there's no place to
now
even
you have
purchase
Cafe
it.
Juice Up, and then there is Quench in Mattapan Square and Cafe Juice Up.
But you can't get food. Like for this market under us to be here is a really awesome thing because they actually sell fresh produce and they have a butcher. So like this is the closest that a lot of people have to a very like located grocery store. Very interesting.
There's so as of 2023, there was 41,822 McDonald's around the world.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds lit.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, Dorchester. Well, Dorchester has spots. Fields Corner has a couple of spots. By the ponds, you have a couple of good spots. There's a couple of spots for Dorchester with good food, though. Ashmont has a couple of good spots.
No, I'm not talking about food. More so places that you can purchase food to make at your own house. You know.
They got Farmers. What is it?
Farmers America's Food Basket.
Down in Mattapan.
Speaking of America's Food Baskets, now there's 2 America's Food Basket by Four Corners or whatever you want to call that area. Because there's the one on Bowden Street
with the Walgreens,
and then the Walgreens one. They're like right around.
They're right around the corner.
I don't know why they have both of them still open.
Because they want to prevent a food. No, and then there's a Purity Supreme in Fields Corner.
It's a price right now. But Purity Supreme, yeah.
They should call it Purity Supreme.
They should call it Purity Supreme. Yeah. I mean, they need to bring back Purity Supreme with all the Stop and Shops closing.
There used to be too much fight.
Let them make it an Aldi. That's what they need to make. They need to make an Aldi in the hood.
Aldi seems like they only sell meat.
Oh, and Mattapan has the new building. What is that thing called? The table?
The Daily Table.
Yeah,
yes.
Daily Table. Daily Table's a nice little.
Well, that's our morning roundup for today. In that light, let's get this show on the road. Saucy and Friends officially starts right now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Trinities.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387. The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com. The People Station. What is that? Spark FM.
Played it before.
What kind of keyboard does Sparkle Schneider use? Because what you typing in here?
What do you say
this morning? Look at his letters.
I can't see him.
It's so crazy.
Fancy letters.
Yeah, they be upside down and all kind of craziness.
He's fancy.
I'm saying.
You're wonderful people. Oh, everybody's saying, good morning to everybody. Good morning, Shanae, Opal, Pastor Troy, Larry Jordan.
Oh, you guys are so sweet to each other in the comments
There
section.
is a community.
I love
It's a
it.
community.
I love it.
Today is Thursday, July 25th, aka Noah's birthday.
That's right.
It's approximately 9:28 a.m. Today, we're going to have isolated thunderstorms, areas of patchy fog, early, mostly cloudy, isolated thunderstorms developing this afternoon. High in the 81 degrees, winds in the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain is 30%. So these next couple of days are going to be a little bit on the cooler end. And then sometime next week, we shoot right back up into the 85s to 90s.
Yay.
And I don't get it. How do we go so low? How do we dip so low and then go so high? This is how people get sick.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm going to get sick. Terrible.
You
terrible,
don't
terrible.
get sick. We got things to do.
We got things to do. Anyhow, let's get into this police investigation near downtown crossing. What are they investigating? Two hospitalized after shooting near downtown crossing. People just be downstairs, downtown, just shooting.
People don't got nothing to do, man.
There's not even nothing to do downtown. There's not even no people in the offices. There's no people living there, nothing yet. There's none of that going on. Virus.
That's why they be down there doing all that foolishness, because they're bored. Go in your house, binge watch a show.
Police are investigating a shooting near the downtown crossing Macy's location Tuesday morning. Caution tape blocked off a portion of Summer Street, and police officers and K9 units could be seen examining the area. Authorities confirmed that they were made aware of the incident just before 3 a.m. Two victims were transported to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The news crews earlier saw a presumed victim leave an ambulance and become enraged in an argument with officers. No arrests have been made at this time. Expound on that. Expound. Like what enraged you? What happened? Like what? Tell me what happened. Why were you mad after you done got shot? What happened?
People be angry. Everybody's mad these days.
They are.
There's a lot going on in the world. You know, like there's a lot of environmental trauma that's happening that causes a lot of people to go crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I reposted a video today of a woman saying that she is not a nice person. She's a kind person. And that's because there's way too many things going on in this world right now for people to even be able to be nice. Like
I don't support that.
I reposted it because I really do believe it. I think that in the context is what she was talking about when it comes to almost being an angry Black woman and being a public figure, and how people really want to kind of silence you when you have stuff to say, even though you are dealing with a lot of microaggressions and a lot of racism and a lot of sexism and stuff like that. It's fine to not have to be nice all the time and to deep dive into like nice political, interactions. Like you want, because these people are public figures, that they have to succumb to whatever abuse that you put them to, and they should check themselves into a nice little box and remain that. And I fully wholeheartedly agreed with her so hard, because it is very, very exhausting for people to always want to silence your actual feelings because you're supposed to be setting some type of politeness. I don't have time for that. I'm not gonna be that person. So yeah, I feel like onto what you're saying, there's so many reasons for Black women, especially right now, to be angry, and for us to have to put on facade that we're nice and we're happy and we're go lucky all the time. It's traumatizing, and I don't want to do that. No, not. It sucks. JetBlue announced its expansion plan for airports in Boston and New Hampshire, including $49 one-way fares. How much you said you got your Miami for?
$140.
See?
That is really cool.
JetBlue has plans for a major expansion in New England that includes 49 one-way fares for a limited time only. I just feel like this don't ever really work.
It'd be like from Boston to New York for $49.
And you have to fly between today and tomorrow.
Right. And you can't fly on a Saturday. You can't fly Monday evening. You can't fly on a Sunday. It has to be like Wednesday through Thursday. Yeah.
On Wednesday, airline officials announced more flying at Boston Logan International Airport and other New England airports, as well as launch service for the first time from Manchester to Boston Regional Airport in Manchester, New Hampshire. The company will also be adding 20% more seats in the region by wintertime. Boston flyers can expect more JetBlue flights to vacation spots, including Aruba, Barbados, Cancun, Grand Cayman, Fort Myers, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, Jacksonville, Liberia, Miami, Montego Bay, Nassau, Orlando, West Palm Beach, Punta Cana, Provinciales, Sarasota, St. Martin, St. Lucia, Tampa, along with others. Well, goddamn.
All right.
JetBlue flights from Manchester are set to launch in January with services to Florida, including year-round daily flights to Orlando, and winter seasonal service to Fort Lauderdale and Fort Myers. For a limited time, the airline is offering special $49 one-way fares for the new routes available here.
Yeah,
be right back.
I'm looking. They have for example, they have a flight from Manchester to Orlando. You have to travel between 1:23 and 2:28, but there's blackout dates for February 20th.
All the weekend?
February 2nd, February 13th to the 15th, which is Valentine's Day, and then the 20th to the 21st, which is whatever that holiday. What's that? Is that Martin Luther King? So you can't fly to two holidays that are in February, but it is $49 each way between Manchester, New Hampshire, and Orlando.
But that started in January?
All the flights start in January. So taking off in January, daily service between Manchester and 3 Florida faves, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, and Fort Myers.
But you see it here. Look, I'm only seeing one $49 flight on January 28th. And then the other ones, so if you want to fly on a Monday, that's $164.
Yep.
If you want to fly on that Friday, that's $219.
Yep.
So and I'm on this in February, there is no $49 flights at all.
Yep. So January 20th. Yeah, I'm on the same calendar as you.
It's only for January.
Yeah.
It's only January 28th. You can fly $49.
Yep. They have $84 flights throughout February.
So why don't they say starting at?
Right. Starting at.
Starting at $49.
Exactly.
And then
let's put from Boston, because that's Manchester that you were looking. Let's just do from Boston area, just Boston, Mass, to Orlando for the same time. Explore fares. And what do they have? Everything is like $94.
Why the hell would you need the airline is also adding new New England routes, including Maine, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire. People want to fly from New Hampshire to Boston. Is that what that means?
This is what I'm saying. That's a $49 flight from New Hampshire to Boston. See?
Where am I going to go? Why the hell? Don't it take me longer to get on the plane and check in than it take for me to just drive down to New Hampshire?
Yes.
Okay. All right, JetBlue. Whatever.
Larry said he got a direct flight to Barbados on a Sunday for $250. What? With JetBlue?
What day that is?
Yes, Larry.
Send the information.
Absolutely. We are going. Absolutely, I'm going with you.
Going to Barbados. Send it
Say
now.
it where? Immediately send it now.
Was it on JetBlue?
And buy two next time.
JetBlue, yeah.
Really? When did that? What date? Send it. I will book it now.
Me too. I ain't got $9.
Got no money.
Oh,
but I got points.
Yeah.
I got points.
Points as well.
I don't want JetBlue to add more flights. I want JetBlue to let me bring a carry-on for free, like how it used to be.
Say that.
And give me some name brand snacks.
Say that.
Because don't nobody want them flaxseed pretzels that they be giving these days.
You know when JetBlue used to have the little Dunkin' Donuts coffee and tea?
They used to have all the good popcorners.
Yes, the popcorners and Biscuit and and Doritos and all of the name brand chips. But now they gonna give you a little saltine in a pack that they got from Wendy. And
saltine with flaxseed in them.
Saltine with flaxseed.
Chia seed mix. Instead of Chex Mix, you get some chia seed mix. Talk about healthy snacks. But I'm going on vacation. I don't want to be.
Do it look like I'm finna be healthy? I ain't. Only thing I'm gonna eat healthy on the trip is fruits.
Vegetables.
Fruits that have been submerged in vodka,
alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A man given life sentence for a 1988 South Boston murder, Carl Richard Vega, was found guilty of murder last month, 36 years to the day that Judy Chamberlain was found dead. Let's go to this story.
Here's the clip. There we go.
Here, isn't it?
Moment now.
It's right here.
You don't feel like you have audio.
You have no audio. All right. So, Carl Richard Vega, 61, was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole on Tuesday for the 1988 murder of Judy Chamberlain, 21, in South Boston. Vega, also known as Ricardo Mazzarino, was found guilty of first-degree murder last month, 36 years to the day that Chamberlain was discovered strangled in the basement of the Fargo building at 451 Street. According to the statement from the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, Chamberlain's body was found when a maintenance worker uncovered her body in a well next to a large sump pump. The statement said, "What's a sump?"
It's the thing that pumps out the rain.
Oh, biological evidence indicated that Vega sexually assaulted Chamberlain, according to the office. In 2011, Vega was identified as a suspect, but Suffolk prosecutors did not believe they had enough evidence at the time to prove Vega's guilt without a reasonable doubt. The case remained unsolved.
There we go. And there we go.
Ed Maria Judy Chamberlain's brother and sister hugged in the courtroom today after learning the man who killed their sister more than 3 decades ago will spend the rest of his life behind bars.
After 36 years, we finally have justice for Judy. She was a person. She did not deserve to be murdered the way she was.
Judy Chamberlain was 21 years old in 1988 when she was sexually assaulted, strangled to death, and left in the basement of the old Fargo building in South Boston.
Judy Ellen Chamberlain, she was a person, she was loved, and she was beautiful.
For more than 3 decades, Judy's family waited without answers until DNA linked this man, Richard Vega, a convicted sex offender, to her murder. He was convicted for Judy's death earlier this summer. Today, sentenced to life without parole.
He threw her in a trash, you know what I mean, in a well with trash. So that tells you right there, he has no sympathy, he had no empathy.
Judy's siblings both spoke in court, sharing stories of their sister and how her murder changed their lives.
It's been nothing but a nightmare. Today, this family gets closure and Judy gets justice.
It's justice their family has waited 36 years to see. Now, remembering the sister who was a light in their world.
She had a heart of gold. She wouldn't say no to going out dancing or going anywhere. She would be like, yeah, let's go.
Now, coming up at 5:30, we'll tell you what wasn't said in court today that Judy Chamberlain's family was hoping to hear. Live in Boston, Emily Maha, WCVB News Center.
Well, what is it? I want to know what it was that they was hoping to hear.
Me too.
I hope to hear it too.
Tell us. God damn it.
No, I don't know. Larry says he would have done his time and been out if he was caught back then. And then LaWanda says, how much more life this man got unsolved for 30 years? So that's a good question. Would you rather live out your life and then go to jail for the rest of your life? Or would you rather go to jail and then come out and live the rest of your life?
I think that's an amazing question.
That's a really, really, that's a question.
What would you choose?
I think I would probably want to live my life and then go to jail for the rest, honestly, because you don't want to spend, like your 20s and your 30s, you were told that that's your peak.
That's my peak, yes.
So you want to, I guess live out your peak years, but then again, it's like living in fear that you're going to get caught at any moment, but still you get to like kind of live your life for a little while and then you go to jail and relax.
Because when you're old, maybe you could have a nicer time in jail because you don't have anything to prove. You just want to be old and
you just
read your books and stuff.
Yeah.
And by that time, you don't raise your kids. You tired. You just want a little retirement in the jail.
Yeah.
I think maybe I would choose that one too.
Yeah.
Because if I spend all of my good life inside the jail, it's the same thing. I spend all of my youth in jail. When I'm out, I ain't want no trouble. Just put me up in a nice house, get me close to a grocery store and a restaurant, and I'll just sit out here and just behave myself.
Yeah, but then we also know that comes with a lot of other things, right? So if you spent your whole youth 30 years in prison, right? And then you come out now, this is a whole different time.
Yeah, it's a whole different time
than when you went into prison. A lot of people, and we've heard the stories, a lot of people don't adjust, can't adjust, and they'd rather still be in jail.
It's like culture shock.
Yeah.
Right. So
what about you, Tristan? What would you choose?
Probably choose to live out my prime.
Yeah.
Live out your prime and then go.
Yeah.
In the comment section, people, call us up and tell us, what would you choose? Would you rather live out your life for 30 years after you say you're 20? You live out your life till you're, 50? What that mean? 20 and 30?
It's 50.
Yeah, it's 50. And then go to jail? Or would you rather go to jail for your 30 years and come out at 50 and live outside?
Interesting question.
Which one would you rather choose?
Yeah.
And write them down in the comment section.
Live
we need
life,
to see
be old
at
in
least
jail.
5
That's
comments.
what Wanda says. She said, live life and be old in jail.
Okay. What did Larry say? No pos. Oh, he's just that's what they wanted to. I don't know which one. Neither. Mike Nice, you have to choose one. You did a crime.
Neither.
You got to pay the time.
Mike Nice, play the game. Come on.
Angie said, "Carpe diem, seize the days, staying alive, stay free." Run.
Larry said, be on the run.
Fugitive ass. Basically, because that's what I would do. If I'm going to do a big crime,
Yeah.
if I have any chance of getting on a plane and going to somewhere where they can't extradite me or whatever, best believe that I'm not sticking around to see if I can live my life here. I am going away.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Not like that jackass did who killed that poor girl in the airport and then loaded a plane and then left her here and then still was over there acting bad and they had to come back here
Or
and
even that one that we read about yesterday that they found in Dominican Republic.
AP said, I like this. AP said, I'm doing the 30, then balling after I get out the rest of my life.
I get that too.
What you balling with? You ain't got nothing.
He
and you can't even get a job with your
because while you
Corey.
in there, what you got to do is you got to start building your business. You got to do a magazine subscription or something like that. Make calendars of the inmates. Making t-shirts so that you start stacking your money so that when you get out, you good to go.
Lord, not sexy inmate calendar.
Sexy inmate calendar.
She's going to Costa Rica.
Bali with Russell Simmons. Hey, nobody want old booty, so live out my life. Plastic surgery and a good weight and a good weave.
Yeah,
that's him.
I'm gonna make something while I'm in jail.
See, exactly. You gotta figure it out. You gotta do a consulting business. How to stay out of jail. Come consult with me. Let me tell you how. Because I'm here and I ain't got nothing but time to talk to you. Speed limit increases on 22-mile stretch of Route 3 to New Hampshire state line. Ooh, speeding. We have to speed out. The speed limit
is going up.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
On part of Route 3, drivers can now go 65 per miles an hour. And the stretch of 128 in Burlington to the New Hampshire border, previous limit was 55. It is now 65. MassDOT has already started installing new signs, so drive carefully.
All right, you guys heard that. Drive carefully.
And be fast.
65 not that bad though. I don't know why. 55 is kind of slow. I think
55 is very, very slow.
Yeah.
You know, 55
average on the highway.
I do 55 in the streets. Let me stop. 7 sought for beating up robbing woman on Blue Hill Avenue in Roxbury. Did we talk about this yesterday? No. A Boston police report said they are looking for 7 men and women they say attacked and robbed a woman outside 218 Blue Hill Ave. Where that at?
That's all the way down.
Side.
Oh, okay. Around 7:40 a.m. Y'all was beating people's ass before 8 o'clock a.m.
Child, my alarm ain't even going off then.
The victim suffered injuries not considered life-threatening in the attack, in which at least one of the suspects was holding a knife. One of the suspects is described as a light-skinned female with a gray-black wig. With a grayish blackish wig and wearing all black clothing.
What's grayish blackish?
I don't know. It says gray/black. How do you not know if it's gray or black?
That sounds a little skunky, don't it?
Another suspect is described as a black male with dreads about 5'6", too short, and wearing a Celtics hoodie.
That's why.
The suspect reportedly assaulted the victim and stole her purse containing credit cards, money, house keys, and 2 cell phones.
Damn.
Wow.
2 cell phones.
Who was the suspect? Oh, so this is the one in the The one in it must be these two over here.
I don't even see.
It must be who is. I'm in Universal Hub.
Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy. Man hit and killed by red line train on South Station at rush hour.
Damn. People, that's the second. I think somebody just died on the red line like 2 weeks ago.
What are they doing?
Like jumping on the tracks.
On purpose? Because how the hell you not see the big ass trains? I mean, it makes a lot of noise. Boston firefighters responded to South Boston around 5:35 p.m. after somebody got on the outbound red line tracks at South Station and was hit by an incoming red line train. About 10 minutes later, after power had been shut down in both directions, firefighters found the man dead on the tracks under a train full of rush hour commuters. The MBTA began shuttle bus service between Kendall Square and JFK UMass as firefighters extracted his body and transit police investigated what happened.
That's awful.
Do anybody have questions? Just always have questions. Is it a suicide when you jump on the track and don't get off when the train is coming?
Yeah.
Did somebody push it? Like when you're walking across and you didn't hear it?
Walking across the tracks?
Maybe he went on the wrong bound. He was supposed to go inbound, but he went outbound.
I think that I could see that being an accident if you're like in Park Street and crossing the Green Line tracks. I don't know why you would be crossing the Green Line tracks down Park Street, but not jumping down into the red line pit. If you got to jump down into that, there's no way that you can just by mistake be on there. That's scary.
So, and then my other thing is I don't think that anybody really thinks about is the trauma from the conductors of the train. They have to live with the fact that somebody jumped in front of their train and allowed the train to hit them. So that means I'm watching you and can't do nothing about it, and you're dead now. So now that's playing over and over in my head, and this is why there's so many MBTA workers on disability and leave of absence because they're friggin' traumatized. One of my friends said that he saw somebody got decapitated, and that's why he's been on workman's comp for so long.
Listen,
bro.
Yeah.
What I'm supposed to look at? How I'm supposed to look at your head pop off? That's crazy.
And then you can't get that image out of your head. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
God.
Oh no.
Speaking of the T though, the T is hiring and they hiring AF.
The T is hiring
They're
AF.
starting out at like $32 an hour for bus drivers. I think the Green Line drivers is the same, and they got some other job that's called like some kind of special kind of work drive or something for $58.50 an hour.
Oh, honey, I'm gonna see y'all later. Where's the application at? Boy, I tell you.
What you mean it's $58?
I'm be like, can y'all just give me a little break between 9 and 11? I would do this show, and then I'll report immediately back to work. I'll catch a train and go back to work.
Catch the train.
We have another story that was put in there.
Boston police are searching for a missing 17-year-old boy from Hyde Park. The Boston Police Department said Tuesday that it was searching for a 17-year-old Wallene Perez of Hyde Park. Perez was last seen around 7:30 a.m. July 12th on River Street. Damn. It's the 25th. They ain't find the baby yet?
That's 13 days. It's almost 2 weeks.
Police described Perez as 5'4", 118-pound Hispanic male with thin build, brown eyes, and short curly black hair. We're going to have to get a little bit more detailed on that, Mr. Police report.
Missing people, missing children.
So pictures up there.
Let's start right here. Let's bring in this conversation a little harder. I posted the other day that I have seen an influx of missing teenagers posted on my timeline, and people are sharing them. Two things. What is happening?
Yeah.
I guess that's the only thing.
Yeah.
What is happening? Where are the teen babies going? What I'm seeing is that they're going missing and that they are reported found after the things have gone viral, but there's nothing to say what happened. I am not saying that trafficking and stuff does not exist, but what I'm saying is it seems to be all around the age of 14 to 17 years old that continuously go missing. And I'm wondering if there's something, are they missing or are they not
Runaways.
responding? What is it?
Right. I think that it probably becomes missing after a certain amount of time. So for this boy who's been gone for 13 days, then he's missing.
Is he missing?
Unless yeah.
He's missing because he's missing from his home.
Yeah.
He's missing from his home.
Right.
But is he kidnapped? Okay, maybe that's are these missing kids kidnapped kids or are they runaway children?
You all know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then how do we know that? Because if there is if I feel like if there was a kidnapping pandemic going on, that it would be a little bit more forthcoming. But what we're seeing is that a couple days later, the majority of these kids on these posts are saying, "Oh, he was found." So how do you distinguish? Because I believe a runaway is not trying to be found at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
If you start off as a runaway, though, you're missing it. Yeah. If you're a runaway in the beginning, you're missing because
remember when we read that story about the 200 children that they had recovered somewhere? They had recovered all these missing children, the children that were missing, like U.S. Marshals, 200 critically missing children in the United States. The critically missing meant that they were in danger, right? Yeah. But there were still there was half of them were people who were missing but had been presumed to be runaways. So you don't know.
And then is there a thing there? Is there something? Is there distinction? I'm trying to not sound nonchalant about this because I do have a child who is 12 who is entering that. The other day he decided that he was leaving the house. He went to the back porch, which is where I would like him to run away to if he feels the need to run away. However, these kids are a little bit older, so they have different resources around them. They have friends' house, they have, buddies, they have whatever that's not reporting that they're missing. How do we fix this runaway situation that we are not constantly searching for people who do not want to be found?
That's the thing. We don't know what's going on in these homes that these kids are running away from, right? Or we don't know if these kids are just, I'm running away. So you don't know until the kids are found, and then you question them and figure it out. But I mean, most of the times they're found, right?
Yeah, for the most of the ones that I see, once I do get around to sharing it, be like, oh, this person's been found. Where were they? I feel like if they were runaways, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't know how to say it without not saying it. I just want to know what it was. Maybe that's what I want to say. If they were runaways, then you would say, oh, I found them at his friend's house. Thank you guys so much for all of the efforts that you would put into helping me find my child. We are going to have a talk and we are going to put a tracker on him just so that we know that, the kids are good. They weren't kidnapping, because when I've seen it across my timeline, I get very, very nervous and scared because I'm like, there's people out here snatching people's kids. And that's a true thing too. But, I don't know. I'll just leave it there. Whatever. Good luck with these children. God damn it. Because it's terrible. Anything else out here? Court overturns life sentence for a getaway driver in the 2014 Charlestown murder, for which the two accused shooters were acquitted. The Supreme Judicial Court yesterday overturned Julio Baez's first-degree murder sentence, saying prosecutors failed to provide evidence that Baez knew the men who actually did gun down Ryan Morrissey on Main Street in Charleston in 2014 were planning to shoot him. Oh, so they let them go, but they didn't let him go? The driver? Is that what happened?
Who they let go?
A Suffolk Superior Court jury in 2018 convicted Baez of first-degree murder on the legal principle of deliberate premeditation. That even if he didn't actually pull the trigger, he was involved in planning Morrissey's death as the men who did. The same jury acquitted the two men prosecutors say were the ones who actually gunned down Morrissey, 17 at the time, and seriously injured a man standing next to him outside a convenience store on November 5th. Prosecutors charged Baez with waiting around the corner in his mother's car and drove the two men away. The jury convicted him even despite acquitting the two men he allegedly drove away with. Wow. In its ruling, the state's highest court said the prosecutors simply did not provide the required evidence to find Baez guilty.
Is that the same?
That's wild.
Was that the same? Is that the saying they were showing on the news one day a guy who his friends came over to his house.
Yeah.
He was at home sleeping. His friends came over to his house and they were like, yo, we need a gun. And he was like, oh, there's one over there. Like he didn't question them. It was just like, oh, there's one over there. His friends went and killed somebody. And he ended up going to jail for life because he provided the gun, even though he was in his bed sleeping when they went and killed person. So it's
accomplice.
Yeah, he provided the weapon for them to carry out the crime. I think that his friends like got arrested, but they're not doing life. They had to serve time. So
I wonder why the law works that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. If I am the getaway driver and I really help orchestrate this whole entire thing, then okay, I'm in trouble. But if you tell me, hey, can you meet me in the corner over here and pick me up at this corner real quick?
Right.
And I come pick you up and then you just committed a murder. Why the hell do I have to go to jail?
Yeah.
I was just driving. I didn't kill nobody.
But if you knew that they did
how do you determine if somebody knows something or not? You know, like how do you determine if they tell me I know, but how do you find the evidence to say, yes, he knew?
It's just you end up being an accomplice, right? You're an accomplice to the crime, and then but for him to have to serve that much time. But what they say, they turned over his conviction. Is that what it is?
They finally turned over court overturns life sentence for getaway driver. He is sentenced to life while the other ones literally got acquitted. They got to go home while this driver was sentenced to life in jail.
Yeah. My friend's son happened to be there when somebody was murdered at something, and he's serving life plus 20 years.
Plus 20 years?
Life plus 20.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Where was this at? What state was that?
In Georgia.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that is why I don't want to move to Georgia.
Yeah.
I've been told by I had a friend that was caught in Georgia with half a spliff, served 7 years.
Wow.
7 years.
Served 7 years. Is a clip that they found, but he was in one of them. You know, he was in the wrong county at the wrong time.
Yep.
And you know,
one is those in the mind of a murderer. What is it? The murder mysteries on Netflix or something like that. There was a lot of these different cases, and one of those cases was just like this too. The guy who was not involved directly with the murder of the situation went to jail because he pleaded not guilty. He didn't take the plea deal. He decided to go straight to trial.
Right.
And when you go to trial, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50.
50-50, maybe 75, 25.
It's more like 95%.
Yeah.
When you
go to trial and you black and you don't got a jury of your peers.
Unless
That's what happened to me in my case. When I was charged for filing fraudulent taxes, even though I wasn't guilty of it, somebody else did it. My lawyer told me to take the plea deal. Said because they're not going to believe you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's unfortunate.
And that sucks because when you take a plea deal, you're admitting to guilt.
Yeah.
Well, is not technically admitting to the guilt, but you have
to say that
you're guilty.
You
appear guilty. Yeah.
Pleading guilty to a lesser charge or something like that.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
That's terrible.
You got to be good.
I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go. I hate jail.
Speaking of
going to jail.
What you call it? I watched yesterday The Man with 1,000 Kids. You were talking about a documentary or something. I think
I was watching this it was on the Vlad TV.
Man with 1,000 Kids.
He was interviewing this guy that donated sperm and he got 1,000 kids.
1,000 kids. They said it's there's proven 600, but it could be up to 3,000 kids that this man has. You have to watch.
Oh, you finished the last one?
Oh yes, and it gets a little sick.
Really?
That man had an office in the jerk off building.
He was going worldwide.
How did it get worse than what you were telling me yesterday?
Child,
it's like a documentary. People could Google it.
It's not a thing that. It ended up being a group of men that were doing this thing.
Oh.
And they would, it's a documentary.
Yeah.
I hate to, spoiler alert, if you plan on going to watch it. They would meet up in the parking lot, the two men, because they would go and deliver sperm to these women. Because the woman would call and be like,
so
hey.
they were not even going through the banks anymore.
No. So the women would call and be like, I'm ovulating right now. And they'd be like, okay, I'm on my way. And they would come and they would give them like a cup of sperm.
Yeah.
The guys would meet up in the parking lots and mix their two sperms together.
No.
Give it to the woman, and it'd be like, let's see which one of our sperms make it.
Excuse me?
Sperm roulette.
Are you excuse me?
Child, I almost turned off my TV. Like, what is you saying to me?
Is that chemically? Can you do that?
I don't know.
That's like when you hear about them girls that
Run a train?
And they don't know who the baby daddy is.
No, and we've heard of people who have twins that have two different fathers.
Yeah,
my
but let me mix the sperm together. Don't you mix it in the parking lot and then bring it to me with
But if you mix the sperm together, you's a hoe. That's according to the people.
He a hoe too,
right? Well, he did. They just
that's crazy.
Yep, they would do that, and then one of them was just like, yeah, I've been doing it. I've donated to all of these people, because I'm trying to my pure white seed will be spread all over the world.
Project 2025.
They were trying to bleach out Africa at one point.
Oh God!
I'm sorry. Excuse me,
child.
Tell me what that means. I'm sorry.
They was going to Africa and donating sperm to all of these people in Kenya. And they said their plan was to bleach out Africa. This is the world we live in.
Oh boy.
This is the world that we live in.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Go on, watch the documentary if you have a chance.
I'm not gonna, you know what? We gotta go to commercial break because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I am tired of where we're living.
It is disgusting.
You was bleaching out Africa with your nasty mixed up combined sperm.
With their pure white seed.
With their pure white seed. They don't know about the 3% rule, the one drip rule? What is it?
One drop.
One drop rule?
Mm-hmm.
You can't purify blackness.
Child.
You bastard.
What them black people looking for white sperm donors for anyway?
Janice said, throw the whole world away.
Child, stop the world. I want to get off.
Good evening, man and Panda. How you doing?
Man with
shout out to the evening squad. They was inside the building holding it down last evening.
Shout out to them.
Trini Mez, Manda Panda.
That is Manda Panda. That's Panda. Not Manda.
That's Manda Panda. Manda
Yeah.
Panda. You could listen to her every Saturday on the Vibes Up 360 show.
Yes.
From 10 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Right
this is what the white women wanted their children to look like. This long, blonde-haired, woman-looking man.
He called himself the Lion of Mombasa, and them. First of all, he's the one that has 1,000 kids at least. And those children, they said all those children look just alike. Like every single one of them. Everybody was so in love with him because of this blonde hair that he had.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yep.
He looks like Goldilocks.
Yep. It is Aisha. It is The Man with 1,000 Kids. It's on Netflix.
Oh, I didn't even know that this was a documentary. He was also on the Vlad TV.
Yeah, he did a lot of, look at him. He did a lot of interviews after this. So they finally got a court case passed down where he can no longer donate. And if he does donate anywhere, he'll have to pay, I think it's 100,000 pounds or something like that, which is the
I'm
final.
not sure why they're not forcing a vasectomy on him.
Forced castration.
Yes, do it, because I don't think that if women reproductive rights are to the shits,
right,
then so should men's.
And that's what they said, that this case was like the first time that they were able to regulate a men's reproductive rights.
Yeah.
So it's a historical case, but yeah, it's really sick. It's sick.
1,000 kids.
A man with 1,000
Imagine
kids.
the amount of inbreeding that will be going on.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then he has children all over the world. He got kids in New York.
Yeah, if I was white, I would not be dating somebody white.
What's the most kids you guys know? What's the most? Do you guys?
No, Hannah, Barry got like 30.
This is for the audience. What person do you guys know? Anybody that has over 15 kids?
Yeah, one of our uncles, one of our grandmother's brothers, when he passed away, he had 50-something kids that we knew of.
He needed a little castration as well.
And he was short, so what the hell?
I heard of a man
He
that
still
had,
got a strong manhood.
I heard of a man that had 60 kids. That was probably the same dude. Honduras?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, probably the
absolutely.
same dude.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
probably our uncle. And then there was the guy from Boston that was on Ayanla Fix My Life, and he had what, 30 something kids, 37 kids, I think.
Jesus.
And he's from Boston, so yeah, you know.
Boston baked beans.
And then we know of somebody well known from Trinidad that had like 16 at the time that he left Boston, but I think
And then
he
our
had
great grandmother had
a lot more.
15.
16.
No, I think it was
16?
22. Yeah,
He
he
had-
had 22.
Was it 22?
Something like that.
Well, when he left here, I think it was 16, but I think he went down there and repopulated Trinidad too. So, but yeah, our great grandmother had 15 girls, 1 boy.
And our grandmother had 11.
Yeah,
And this is only one side.
yeah, yeah,
And then our other side had 9.
yeah.
So that's a lot of people. That's still not 1,000,
No, not
which
at
is
all.
crazy.
Oh, what you call it? Our grandfather had 17 children.
Chris is
I didn't know
17
that.
of y'all. Chris is 1 out of 17. Wow.
Wow.
That's
You don't hear about that
crazy.
in like recent
People be
times.
busy.
What
You know, there's somebody else I know too that got 14. They one of 14.
what
in
the heck
recent
is
times?
that?
I feel like it's like ill Neil or something like that. It's somebody very around us that got a plethora of brothers and sisters.
You know what? I don't never know Il Neil's name until I hear it. I don't never know his name.
Papa
That's
was
so
a Rolling
funny.
Stone.
That's
Where?
17.
Yeah, my grandmother had 7. My grandfather had 10.
Oh.
Yeah, 3 outside.
He's a little busy.
Janet said that her husband is 13 and 15.
Oh wow!
Oh, yeah, and Tracy is one of 9. Yeah.
Yep. There's
Yeah.
a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a
Them
lot.
Sedanos is about
Did I
27
say
of
that
them
right?
too.
I said that right.
What?
Yeah.
This is the Yep.
Yep. There's about 19 of them. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. There's a
Father
lot.
Fine knows honestly.
Shoot, we had to be number 21 over here. We got to do a quick commercial break.
My grandmother had 11.
Y'all
I
have-
wonder, these are all Caribbean people, huh?
Yeah. They had nothing better to do than pick cashews
You know what I
off the
think
tree
about?
and
I
have
think-
sex.
I think
Cashews
Caribbeans
and
used to think about having workers.
Yeah,
Producing
yeah.
worker babies.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely what my mother did.
Yeah. Crazy. Anyhow.
We're gonna go to a quick commercial
yeah.
break, and we'll be right back in a few moments with our national and world news. Keep it locked right here, Spark FM Online.
Good morning. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Broadcasting live worldwide. This is Spark FM.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. Tax.
Wait a minute. All you say to the word now. What's when you do this?
Get ready, New England. Friday, January 31st. We've got a real treat for all you reggae lovers out there. Get ready to sway to the smooth sounds of the one and only Mr. Beres Hammond. That's right. The reggae legend himself is bringing his Forever Giving Thanks tour to the Chevalier Theater. From classic tunes like Putting Up Resistance, Rockaway, to newer hits like I Feel Good. Beres Hammond's music has a way of bringing people together and spreading positivity. Mark your calendars, folks. Friday, July 31st at the Chevalier Theater, showtime 7 p.m. Beres Hammond Forever Giving Thanks tour is coming to town. Get your tickets, www.chevaliertheater.com. Stay tuned to sparkfmonline.com for more updates and your chance to win tickets to see the legend Beres Hammond in action.
Falling in love all over again. How could I ever doubt that you were my friend?
This is a message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Travel increases your chance of getting and spreading COVID-19. Take steps to protect yourself and others. Wear a mask that completely covers your nose and mouth. Masks are required on planes, buses, trains, and other forms of public transportation traveling into within or outside of the U.S. and in U.S. transportation hubs such as airports and stations. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Wash your hands often and watch for symptoms of COVID-19. When traveling back to the U.S., you must show a negative COVID-19 test result or have documentation of recovery from COVID-19 before boarding your flight back to the U.S. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19 travel to learn more about travel requirements and recommendations.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Spark FM.
Perhaps I was addicted to the dark side. Somewhere inside my childhood when it's my heart died. And even though we both can't.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
I'm in a stop love how they gun them flex. The hand close and make a next gun face. Me no stop love how they.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Oh my darling, oh my darling.
Spark FM.
You're the one for me. You're the one. You're the one for me. Yeah.
I love it, just somebody else's guy. It's feelings that I have for you.
Go ahead, Coco. Sing it. Sing.
Taste and see how good it can be.
How good it can be.
You don't gotta worry, baby.
Yes, yes.
What your girl don't know won't hurt her.
Won't hurt her.
Anything to make this love go further.
You're the one.
You're the one for me.
All right.
Speaking of that,
We gotta get y'all in vocal lessons.
right off
Man.
of that rendition of this song, caller number 4 right now wins a pair of tickets to go see the Queens of R&B with SWB, SK, Total, and 702 going down tomorrow, Friday, July 26th.
What caller?
At the TD Carter. Caller number 3. Call us right now. Caller number 3.
At 617-272-3387. I am so excited. I'm going to sing my throat out on Friday.
I'm about to ban you out of the comment section.
Huh?
I'm about to ban Larry out in the comment section.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to
number
do
3. Call up if you want those tickets. SWV, Escape, Total, 702, inside the TD Garden tomorrow night. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a lituation.
I'm so excited.
Caller, you're caller number 1. Hang up and call right back.
Keep them coming.
That, you know what? That's going to be a really good concert. I love SWV. I watched their Tiny Desk. Did you watch the Tiny Desk concert that they did recently?
I did.
And they've got it. They've still got it. I am excited about them.
2 more callers and you'll win. You same call. Oh, here we go. One more.
We might hit y'all with a.
You are caller number 2. Hang up and call right back.
We might hit y'all with a trick question.
You got to answer a question, man. You can't.
This is a big ticket. This is a big ticket in the city right now.
It sure is. It sure is. It's a big ticket for me.
Good ticket time.
One more caller.
Come on, hurry up before I change my mind and I write my own name down.
Call us now for your free reading.
Call me now. Hey, Miss Cleo documentary is coming out. Lady
Caller,
of Rage.
what is your name?
Hey.
Who it is, Chris?
You already know.
Boy, bye.
I already told Jess and Chris that they cannot win the tickets. I don't know what they doing.
Boy, I tell you.
You should know better. You should know better.
Boy, I tell you, it be your own man's in them.
Boy, call in.
Call us
I
now.
want to hear from somebody we never heard before.
I know. Yesterday, I posted, and it was mad people that was like, "Yo, we are on that."
But you know what? That's also not fair.
Oh, you gotta drop the line.
Why?
Because if you're not listening to the show, why you get to win tickets?
Oh, yesterday I told them they had to tune in. Okay, let me do it.
Yeah, tell them they gotta tune in to find out when we are playing the tickets, when we are releasing tickets. You can't just tune into the show and win tickets and then leave. Who the hell do y'all think y'all are?
Who's y'all favorite group? Who do you guys prefer? SWV or Escape?
SWV. No. I spoke too fast. I don't know, Tristan. Tristan, that's a terrible question.
Or Escape? Hit us up in the comment section.
I am an Escape super fan. Yeah. So of their music back in the day, not who they are now, but their music back in the day. Escape could pipe, and so I would have to give that to Escape. I think I agree. As a group, I don't individually. They're not. Latasha probably the only one to hold down, but as a group, I thought that they were really, really, really.
For me, it's I agree. I think I know all the words to every Escape song.
Child.
However, I think that it's a hard one because I love SUV and like this song
SWV.
too. SWV. Like I had a very interesting moment listening to one of their CDs back in the day. Mm-hmm. It's where I almost became an adult woman. And I remember that tape, the tape, very, very whatchamacallit.
Became an adult.
Yes, caller, you are live. You are no.
Call back. Yeah, because Larry said Coco sings better than all of them. Yeah, Coco
does.
Yeah,
Coco does. She does.
But we don't know the other two people name. Is who SWV is?
Coco, Lily, and Taj.
Oh, okay.
What you mean you don't know their name? What?
Yeah, I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I move the control and something. See, that's what I like. I like that song. That song is a nice song there.
No, the first song that I heard by Escape was Tonight, which is their acapella song.
Tonight.
They did that in Teen Summit.
Yes, and they did it. They did do it on the Escape verses too.
Sorry.
Yep.
Caller, you're live. You are the winner, unless you are Chris Lowry.
No, this is Uncle Grandpa got after yesterday.
Uncle Grandpa.
Where you come from?
Uncle Grandpa, you going to see the Queens of R&B?
Here we go.
All right.
Let's go.
We're going to get your information because I don't think you've ever won a ticket from us
this
before.
Your first time winning?
Yeah.
I never did, but I did now, and Rock don't know how to catch me.
Thank you, Uncle Grandpa. We'll get you. Send us your full name and your phone number and your email address so we can put you on the list for tonight.
Seriously, because tomorrow.
But tomorrow night.
Oh, it's tonight.
Tomorrow
night, right?
Tonight. Sorry.
Woo.
Yes.
That's the perfect show for Uncle Grandpa.
Yes,
I think it is a good show for
He
Uncle
need
Grandpa.
to calm his little self down and sing loud.
Me and Uncle Grandpa used to be talking on the phone back when he was in the high school out there in Weston and I was in Belmont. We used to be on the phone. He used to have the nicest voice.
What do you say to you?
I don't know, but he's the nicest voice to talk to on the phone.
Now he only talk foolishness.
Foolishness now.
The Queens of R&B. How come y'all didn't say nothing about Total and the 702?
Oh, yeah, they nice.
I know. Kima, Keisha, Pam.
Yeah.
I don't know 702.
Me, I don't know 702. Is Tasha in 702?
Y'all so rude. Yeah, that's nice.
Is Tasha in 702?
I don't know who that is.
Tasha from Power.
Oh yeah, she's in.
No,
she's in Three Little Women.
3LW.
Yeah,
Wait, Broken Promises.
Oh, that's not the same. Oh, well, I don't
No.
know who's in 702. Then.
And then there was, don't forget the Cheetah Girls. There was the Cheetah Girls too.
What's
That's what Raven
702
sing.
sing?
Broken Promises.
No.
It's 702 sing.
Stilo. See Stilo with the
Oh,
girls.
I like my
Stilo. Do they sing If You Mess with My Man?
Yes. I I'm gonna give us something to get to ya.
That is not them.
That's not neither one of them. That's none of the groups on this.
Who
That's
that is? Stilo. They did. Where your girls at? Don't mess with my man. Is
from
Nivea.
the front to back.
That's Nivea. That's one person.
What's that nigga? Get it together. Can you really I don't really want to stay. I don't really want to go. All I really want to know, can you get it together?
But chicka-ling, chicka-ling.
Where my girls at?
From the front to back, and if you're feeling that, put
what in a Oh, shoot, we gonna have a time.
What am I wearing? What am I wearing?
I already got my outfit. Shoot. Sorry. I got lots of outfits.
I don't got none. I ain't got none outfits.
So many.
Oh, did we get into the news yet?
National news.
No, sorry.
No, national news
Let's
now.
go.
What is going on in the world? A Louisville pediatrician is accused of trying to hire a second hitman after pleading guilty to the first. What the hell? The former Louisville pediatrician who pleaded guilty back in April to trying to hire someone to kill her ex-husband is now accused of trying to hire someone else to do it. Stephanie Russell pleaded guilty to the murder for hire plot on April 22nd of 2024. Prosecutors are now saying that after she pleaded guilty, she solicited fellow inmates to try to carry out a new murder plot against him on April 23rd, just one day after. She really wanted him dead. Why? The information came from a memo released by the U.S. Attorney's Office. It was back in 2022 that the former Prospect pediatrician was first arrested. After a long legal battle, she eventually admitted to hiring a hitman to stalk and ultimately kill her ex-husband by pleading guilty to the crimes in federal court. The ex-husband was never hurt. Just a day after Russell pleaded guilty, prosecutors said she was back at it, trying to get fellow inmates to sign on to a new murder plot against her ex-husband. Court documents say the day after Russell entered her guilty plea, the United States was notified that Russell, who is in pretrial detention, was soliciting another female prisoner in a renewed effort to find someone to murder her ex-husband.
And here's the
In
clip.
the case of a Louisville pediatrician who tried to hire a hitman to kill her ex-husband, so pleaded guilty to the murder for hire plot earlier this year. And now prosecutors are saying that after she pleaded guilty, she may have tried to hire somebody else to kill her ex-husband. Ward Jallis has details in a Wave News Alert.
Yeah, John, in a shocking new memo from the U.S. Attorney's Office, prosecutors say that just a day after Stephanie Russell pleaded guilty in court for trying to hire someone to kill her ex-husband, she allegedly tried to solicit others for a new murder plot against him. Now, just as a reminder, it was back in May of 2022 that the former Prospect pediatrician was first arrested. After a long legal battle, she eventually admitted to hiring a hitman to stalk and eventually kill her ex-husband by pleading guilty to the crimes in federal court. The ex-husband, though, worth noting, was never hurt here. That guilty plea was back on April 22nd of this year. And then just a day later, prosecutors say she was back at it, trying to get fellow inmates in jail to sign on to a new murder plot against her ex-husband. Court documents say, quote, the day after Russell entered her guilty plea, the United States was notified that Russell, who is in pretrial detention, was soliciting other female prisoners in a renewed effort to find someone to murder her ex-husband. To believe that Russell had engaged in ongoing violations of state or federal law after she entered her guilty plea, the United States now objected to Russell receiving any reduction for acceptance of responsibility. Now, despite this being a clear violation of Russell's original plea deal, the memo actually says that technically prosecutors can't withdraw their original plea agreement. That agreement was for Russell to serve anywhere from 8 to 12 years in prison in exchange for a guilty plea. So prosecutors are now requesting that the judge sentence her to the maximum sentence of 12 years due to this alleged wrongdoing. That sentencing will be on July 31st. John.
Wow. Okay.
So she was trying to solicit people who were in prison to kill the husband?
Yes.
How? How they were going to work?
They was going to get out, kill the husband, and come back in so that
Come back
nobody
in for her? Who is you? What? Why are you doing that?
Why you wanted your husband? What did he do to her?
Schneider said pediatricians save children's lives but kill adults.
What is it that he did that you needed to get him killed once, and then when you couldn't get him killed the first time, you decided to continue to try to get him killed? And I don't understand why you thought that the first hired to kill murderer situation wasn't going to get you in more trouble with the I'm not sure what the hell happened.
What does
right
she
there.
think is double jeopardy? Idiot. She think double jeopardy apply? I don't know, but that is
I
wild.
feel like we do this once a year at least. We always report on somebody trying to hire somebody to kill a spouse.
I know. Remember
And
that
it don't
time that
work.
person went on like hitman.com and it was a fake website?
It was the FBI's website, right?
Yeah, FBI's website.
But the fact that that's what people would actually Google hiring, I want to do it to my right now, but I don't want to do it to my computer. Can I do it in stealth mode or something like that?
You gotta do it in what's it called? Incognito.
Incognito, because I really want to know what my option, I don't want to know what my options are. I just want to know what other people's options are. I don't think that I would ever need to hire somebody to kill somebody. Like what would they have to done?
Well, I don't know. And so that's what I was thinking about. Do you think it's not that she's trying to get insurance money or something, right? Because they're divorced. This is her ex-husband. So what do you think that he did that she wants him to be dead so bad?
You know, it's usually insurance money. It's always the same thing.
Yeah, but if he's her ex-husband, then she won't be getting the insurance money unless they have children together, and she's hoping for the children to get the insurance money because they're young children under 18. Therefore, she would be the beneficiary.
Wow, you sound like... Wow.
Did you think about that before, honey?
Wow.
I'm concerned.
Wow.
I have concerns.
Sometimes you got to keep a little life insurance policy on your ex-husband. Officials battle highly aggressive red imported fire ant infestation in Southern California. The infestations pose an immediate threat to the
California
state's
can't catch a
agricultural
break.
economy.
With fires and fire ants?
Child, that's California's hell. Agricultural officials in Southern California are battling an active infestation of red imported fire ants that are highly aggressive in nature and pose a risk to California's agricultural economy. The infestation occurred at a private property in Montecito in Santa Barbara County, according to a recent press release from the Santa Barbara County Agricultural Commissioner's Office. What is the fire ants doing? Venom released from the ants' stings can cause painful pustules on the skin and can be particularly dangerous, even fatal, to sensitive groups or those with an allergy to the venom, officials said in the July 18th report. Red imported fire ants, Solenopsis invicta, pose an immediate threat to California's agricultural economy because they require a quarantine of nursery products. The ant species is native to South America, but has established populations in parts of Southern California, particularly in Los Angeles, Orange, and Riverside counties. The first recorded presence of the species in California was in 1984. So they're out there wreaking havoc on the crops, but then they can also get you very, very sick if
Y'all ever been bit by a red ant?
Yes, and they feel crazy.
Yeah, like you ever be standing somewhere and then all of a sudden your foot is on fire because you stood in an ant pit or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful. That hasn't happened to me in a long, long time, but I'm glad that it hasn't happened.
That happened to me in Honduras.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That I think that's a Honduras type something to happen. But anyhow, be careful with these infested red fire ants. Highly aggressive. A suspect has been identified after abandoned newborn was found crying near a dumpster, police said. The infant is believed to be in good health. A suspect has been identified after the baby was found in a dumpster in Houston. A person called 911 early Sunday afternoon, reporting that they had heard a baby crying near a dumpster at an apartment complex, according to a Houston Police Department. First responders found the infant in the dumpster area. Video captured by bystanders showed first responders rescuing the baby from the dumpster and appearing to swaddle him in a blanket. The newborn was transported to a local hospital and is believed to be in good condition. Child Protective Service has since taken custody of him. It said, and it is unclear how long the infant was by the dumpster. Police have been investigating the incident, including checking for surveillance footage to identify who placed the newborn there and any potential witnesses. Police have since identified a suspect and are continuing to work through the investigation. No additional details are available. That's so crazy that people are still doing that craziness. But remember, like 2 years ago, the lady put the baby in the trash can over there on Dorchester Ave, right in front of the look at him. Look at him. He's like a newborn. Look at the picture. Do you see that?
Hold on, I'm about to put it online right now.
Oh my goodness.
Girl, you know what's up.
That's a newborn.
You see, this wouldn't be happening if Trump and them didn't do Roe versus
Say
Wade.
the word.
Say it. Say that right now.
The other story we have, it goes right with this as well.
Tennessee woman.
Yeah.
Tennessee woman
Hold
gets
on.
over.
I
Okay.
want to play the video.
Go ahead.
Video of the moment a newborn baby was pulled from a dumpster in Houston over the weekend. The manager of a nearby apartment complex says a woman gave birth inside a nearby food truck and dumped the baby in the dumpster before coming back to work to clean up the mobile restaurant.
Wow.
Police say the baby boy is in good health and is now with Child Protective Services.
How old did they say how old the baby is?
I mean, it sounds like it was
The
a newborn.
Yeah,
Brand new baby.
Gotta be a couple of hours old, which is nasty work.
Yeah. So Tennessee woman gets over 3 years in prison for blocking clinic access during a protest. A Tennessee woman has been sentenced to over 3 years in prison for using threats and violence to interfere with the operation of New York City Reproductive Health Center in the early days of the pandemic in 2020. 3 years. Wow. Bevelyn Beatty Williams, 33 of Ooltewah. How do you say that? Ooltewah, Tennessee, was sentenced in Manhattan federal court to 3 years, 5 months behind bars by Judge Jennifer Rashawn. She noted that Williams organized the June 2020 protest at a Planned Parenthood clinic in Manhattan and live streamed it, bragging about it afterward. Even though the hand of a worker at the clinic was injured when Williams tried to push the door closed as a worker attempted to let a volunteer enter. The judge cited 7 other criminal convictions for Williams as a factor in the sentence. Williams was convicted in February at a 2-week trial of violating the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act. Good. Because what the hell is your problem? Who the hell told you that you was the be all end all foolishness of whatever that I'm? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. What time is it? 10:33. Okay, what else do we have going on? Meta takes down thousands of Facebook and Instagram accounts running sex extortion scams from Nigeria. What? Meta says it has removed 63,000 Instagram accounts engaging in sexual extortion scams.
What's a sexual
$10. $10. That's all it costs?
Imagine if sex costs $10.
Sexual extortion or sex extortion involves persuading a person to send explicit photos online and then threatening to make the images public unless the victim pays money or engages in sexual favors. Recent high-profile cases included 2 Nigerian brothers who pleaded guilty to sexually extorting teen boys and young men in Michigan, including one who took his own life and a Virginia sheriff's deputy who sexually extorted and kidnapped a 15-year-old girl. Remember we read the story about the boy who had disappeared and they found him in a tent in the woods or something? He was hiding out because he was being sexually extorted, right? There has been a marked rise in sex extortion cases in recent years, fueled in part by a loosely organized group called the Yahoo Boys, operating mainly out of Nigeria. It added that it applied its dangerous organizations and individuals policy to remove Facebook accounts and groups run by the group.
Security software on Windows systems disrupted businesses around the world, including Malaysia. Malaysia's digital minister, Gobind Singh Deo, has urged Microsoft and CrowdStrike to compensate companies that lost money.
This don't look like this is
that has to do with the shutdown on Friday. The infant mortality rate in the U.S. rose 3% in 2022, marking the second year of the increase. The infant mortality rate was 5.61 deaths per 1,000 live births in 2022, and now it has risen 3%. So, Minnesota daycare workers arrested accused of sick and bizarre abuse of children caught on tape. So local police, 2 daycare workers in Minnesota have been arrested and charged with abuse of children they were supposed to be watching after shocking video footage showed their alleged misdeeds. Chloe K. Johnson, 24, and Elizabeth Augusta Riemerschlag, 22, who both worked at Small World Daycare Center in Blaine, have been charged with felony malicious punishment of a child under 4, third-degree assault against a victim under 4, and 2 counts of gross misdemeanor malicious punishment of a child. Police began investigating the pair on July 16th, according to court documents, when parents noticed bruises on their infant's body after picking up the child from the center. I remember this story. The daycare reportedly said the markings might be from a chair or swing, but Johnson allegedly saying the bruises would have come from the infant chairs, while Riemerschlag said they could be due to how the infant slumps in her chair. While Johnson acknowledged seeing redness and bruising, Riemerschlag says she didn't see anything of the sort. Surveillance video reviewed by detectives, however, allegedly showed there was more to the story. According to the probable cause affidavit filed in Nanka County District Court, The video shows Johnson grabbed one child by her upper thighs, hip, and groin area and violently flips the baby back and forth from her stomach to her back.
Let me tell you who was going to get flipped back and forth by their privacy to and fro once I figured out what the hell was going to happen here.
Oh, her arms were flailing outward and her body is consistently rigid as her face contacts the floor mat repeatedly as she is being flipped and her head is unsupported. While there is no audio in the footage, the child appears to be screaming with her mouth open as this is happening. Weimer Schles was reportedly facing Johnson at the time. I don't want to read any more of it. The two were arrested last Thursday and released
They look like
Friday.
they shouldn't be watching nobody's damn kids anyways. They look like disgruntled two little assholes that decided that they want to be daycare workers. They want to open up a business, and people got to stop sending their children everywhere because this is what makes people so scared to put their children in daycare.
That's absolutely true, Kelsey. Small World actually closed its doors today, and they held a meeting for parents whose kids are still enrolled here. But those parents told me they were not notified about this meeting until 10 o'clock last night, and they still didn't get the whole story until they talked to me.
Man.
He came home with some bruises that were
look at him
a
there.
little concerning.
She had started coming home with marks.
Bruises and marks raised red flags within weeks of parents taking their infants to Small World Learning Center in Blaine this spring. Janice DeGonda says she alerted administrators a month ago. Cody and Christina Peck tried to do the same with a note from their doctor.
We actually gave that to one of the teachers that was arrested.
After a month of relative peace, the arrests came last week. DeGonda's daughter came home with severe marks and bruising to her pelvic area and 8 other parts of her body. Injuries we can't even show you on TV. They brought her to doctors who notified police. Investigators checked surveillance footage.
When he started explaining it, my heart just dropped. Because obviously, I didn't think it was anything that vicious.
Police say they saw Small World caretakers Elizabeth Weimerslage and Chloe Johnson handling 3 babies so roughly they were obviously crying even in silent video. Officers say they saw the women slam a baby onto a support pillow, flip one aggressively on a floor mat, violently pull a 5-month-old up by its arm, and shove a bottle in and out of another infant's mouth. The Packs discovered their son also had a fractured tibia.
A fractured tibia?
Happened from anything besides abuse.
Both women face felony charges, including assault of a child. DeGonda says her daughter seems mostly back to normal after almost a week away from Small World, but she won't do tummy time. The Peck's son was all smiles Monday, but the parents are keeping their eyes open for signs of trauma they never imagined their kids could suffer so soon.
It's really just like our worst nightmare coming true.
And daycare management told me they fired both women and they are cooperating with both police and state investigators. Now, Blaine's representative in the legislature is Nolan West, and he also took a child to this daycare facility. Coming up on Fox 9 at 6, we'll hear about his traumatic experience and some ideas he has initially to possibly fix this in the legislature.
Let me tell you something right here. I strongly believe that sometimes the law needs to turn their eyes to the back, and they should have let them ladies be in the room with their mothers and the fathers too. And whatever happens. All y'all gotta say is, we won't allow you to kill them, but we will give you 3 exact minutes with these people in here. We're gonna go get a coffee, and we'll be back.
Yeah.
That's it.
I can't imagine what that mother feels like that was speaking in that video. But that father in that video, he looks hurt and angry and upset. And I say, turn him loose.
Turn him loose.
Turn him loose. That is awful. Can you imagine what that must be like as a father, an active father in your child's life, and you cannot protect your child somewhere where you trust and put your... That is awful. That is awful.
What's crazy is that when they go to jail, it's over.
Oh, well, good.
I hope so.
Good. I hope they get beat in the face daily.
Because there's many people in the prisons that would love nothing more than to see and or hold or take care of a baby.
Yeah.
And y'all two is out here free and y'all abusing people's children. That's some shit.
They said, which jail they at? Just trying to see
But
something.
that's what I'm saying. Like, somebody needs to see it, and they need to be handled the exact same. grab them by the thing like y'all president, y'all ex-president wants people to do, and flip them around and slam them into a wall and push them on the mat. Whatever needs to be done, you have 3 minutes, parents. I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to be right back. Yeah. Do not kill him.
That's it. That in the movies all the time. They'd be like, I'm going to go use the bathroom. Here's the computer with all the information.
Yeah. Exactly.
and then they leave. That is an awful story. Definitely hurts my heart to read that. Southwest is breaking their 50-year tradition and plans to start assigning seats. Okay. So, I don't understand why Southwest didn't assign seats in the first place.
Yeah, you need to assign seat because that means that if I get there late, which I'm always late, then I always got to just find whatever seat I want.
End up sitting in there by the bathroom.
No, assign my seat. Let me pick it beforehand.
Tell me where I'm
and I don't want to have to. And I don't want to have to pay for it either.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Southwest. Southwest does still allow 2 free bags, though they haven't changed that yet.
That's good. We'll stick beside them.
There's more body cam footage about the Sonia Macy case. We're gonna keep on hearing about that. More and more footage is going to come out. We're going to see different angles and things. Well, I don't know if we're going to see different angles and things, but whatever. It's all around tragic. There's no angle that you're going to see that's going to make that story any better.
So this one is more so about, I didn't know that the cops covered it up completely in the beginning.
They did.
They tried to make it seem like first the intruder had killed her.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that they had first said that after they realized that it wasn't the intruder, that it was a self-inflicted gun wound.
That's what they said.
That's what they're trying to make it seem like.
They told the parent.
Something else that came out in the videos is showing that she didn't even have the pot in her hand. She had some oven mitts.
Yeah.
So what exactly were you afraid of? The thing is, I guess the thing that pisses me off is that it's not like she volunteered and she snuckily went over to the kitchen to retrieve the pot. The officer saw the pot on the stove, told her to go get the pot.
Yep.
When he was in the kitchen with her, he already started to back away.
Yep.
So there was no threat to your life at all.
Do you think he just wanted to kill somebody?
I think that somebody said it in the comments, and I don't really believe in this, but I think that he was possessed.
Yeah,
I think he was possessed with the devil, and when she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," the devil stirred up and shot that lady in the face because there was absolutely nothing that you can possibly say to me in any possible way to make it to justify what he did. And I've been trying to get the white people comments because they usually find a way. They usually defense attorney up. And one person was like, he was arrested the next day. That's not justice. It's not justice because that just means that one officer was arrested that day and he potentially can't do it. But you guys are still trying to vote Trump into office, who is literally saying that in these cases, I will give that man full immunity so he won't even stand trial to see the fact that he killed a black person, a black woman in her goddamn face.
Why does that make sense?
I don't know. And these are the people who want to sit here and see him become presidency, knowing what he wants to do to us. To us. I don't understand.
Y'all gonna be the first ones. There's a short list of who Kamala Harris could choose as a vice president.
When does she have to choose? What's her deadline?
I feel like it has to be soon. Well, she has to choose by the DNC, right? When she's named the nominee.
Oh, yes, true. And that's next week?
Next week.
So with President Joe Biden's support unleashing a flood of endorsements from many prominent Democrats across the country, Kamala Harris has emerged as the favorite to take his place as the party's nominee for president.
So what about all the other nominees? As you said that, what do the other, not the nominees, the other contenders for the Democratic ticket?
This is them.
Are there?
No, not the VP, the regular, because she still has to be able to win. She did. She got all the delegates to be the primary. But what about the other ones? How come they didn't have to debate and things?
The other what?
The other delegates that want to become
Do we have
president.
others? We have, well,
I think
because Biden endorsed her, I think that
Right.
most people were like,
But right, so when they go to the DNC, at the DNC, they will name her as the Democratic nominee. So the other people are still there, but she will be named
What do they
as
call
the one.
candidates?
Delegates.
Delegates.
Yeah. So she will be officially named the person who will be going for the presidency as the candidate for president. Is that what I'm saying? I said it right?
Yes,
Okay.
candidate for president.
Yeah. So But yeah, so she has to pick somebody. Harris immediately received the endorsement of many Democratic Party leaders and inherited the Biden's campaign war chest. The campaign formally amended flings with the Federal Election Commission to rename its principal committee and declare Harris a candidate for president. Now the conversation is fast moving around who will serve as Harris's running mate, with only 28 days until the Democratic National Convention begins in Chicago. It's still a long time. It's still a long time ago.
And when?
28 days still.
Hold on. Tristan has a this story in this.
It's pretty long
way.
though.
How long is
Let's
it?
see if I can get
it's
there just
two
to
minutes.
wrap it up. But it's 3 minutes here.
Yeah,
in
let's
2016.
because it's going
but
through
perhaps
all of the
one
candidates.
con, if we know for sure that Arizona and
All the way
Pennsylvania
to the-
are going
to
to
the
be
beginning.
key swing states.
Let's get down to this list. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. What's he bring?
I would argue he's perhaps my favorite choice for Kamala Harris. And the reason why is a few. Number one, Pennsylvania, big swing state, arguably the most important swing state on the map. More than that, he has a strong electoral record. If you go back to last time around, back in 2020, when he was running in a presidential year, he actually outran Joe Biden on the ballot and, in fact, did the best for any Democrat running statewide. What about some cons? Well, let's talk about the big con. Some liberals think he might be a little bit too moderate. You know, Kamala Harris has really energized the base after Joe Biden left the race. And there is some question about whether Josh Shapiro would, in fact, bring down that enthusiasm. But overall, the clear pros for him, he's from the state of Pennsylvania. You can't do better than that.
I think it would be good if he's not so hype. They need a
And
balance.
that's talking about maybe one other swing state. Let's talk about Arizona for a second. I mean, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, he's been mentioned. What would he bring to the ticket?
What would Mark Kelly bring to the ticket? Well, you mentioned it, right? From the key swing state of Arizona, won by the smallest of margins last time around, won by actually less by Joe Biden, less than he won in Pennsylvania, and he only won in Pennsylvania by a little bit more than a point.
We need to hear
How about this? A great biography. I mean, my goodness gracious, can you do better than an astronaut? I'm not sure that you necessarily can. But what about the cons, right? He lacks executive experience. So Kamala Harris really doesn't have much executive experience either, right? She obviously was the attorney general out in California. She was the DA in San Francisco. She was a senator from California, but she hasn't ever actually led a state. And neither is Mark Kelly. He's somebody who was an astronaut and then basically became a senator. So I'm not quite sure he fills out the ticket in terms of the way that we normally do in terms of a VP, where one is normally a member of Congress or a member of a legislative branch, and the other one perhaps being a governor.
No, I don't like
I wonder
his
his platform,
resume.
whether it's with respect to being immigration in the border state or gun violence, two key areas that many people are concerned about that he has
But again,
experience in.
he's an
Absolutely.
astronaut. What kind of experience does he have? He has no executive
so we've talked
experience.
about
Like,
two folks from two certain
I don't like him.
Roy Cooper, though, you know, if we talked about someone who perhaps lacks some executive experience in Mark Kelly, that is definitely not the case with Roy Cooper. In fact, he is the one who is arguably the most experienced in the field, at least when it comes to these three potential VP choices in terms of executive experience, in terms of running on the ballot, being on the ballot. This is obviously, he's completing his second term as North Carolina governor. How about this? He's won twice. He has won twice in a potential swing state that Dems lost in the presidential races in North Carolina. Of course, Joe Biden lost it last time around. Of course, Hillary Clinton lost it back in 2016. But perhaps the one con, if we know for sure that Arizona and Pennsylvania are going to be key swing states, is North Carolina? I know a lot of Democrats want to play there, but in fact, if you are going to get a swing state effect by choosing a VP, and that's one of the few measurable things that we know about VPs, is that it does tend to boost the president in that particular state. North Carolina is sort of on the edge of being a swing state, and adding Roy Cooper may help Kamala Harris. But if she's going to lose the state by 5 or 6, it doesn't really help her too much if instead she loses it by 2 or 3.
So I think it's important for us to figure out or to know beforehand who could potentially be the VP, because it will help her or not help her. And you know what I'm tired of doing is being surprised and having to Google somebody after the fact. Like, who is this person? Let me go on TikTok and find out all about them. So we're going to kind of keep you guys posted throughout about who the potential picks are, what they come with, what they know. Even if you don't care about this stuff, you should still know it, so that you can enter into Facebook conversations and be knowledgeable about something.
I heard you mention something about balance, right? And I think that that's what a lot of the big talk is when it comes to thinking about who she's going to have for VP, how they will balance her, because we do know that Kamala is not favorited by a lot of people. So they're looking for somebody. So do you think that it has to be a white man that is her running mate?
I think that her chances for
absolutely. Yeah.
I think her chances for winning is based on which white man she will get. I think she can't pick a woman.
Yeah.
The country is definitely not letting two women run the country.
She can't pick anyone of color.
She can't pick anyone of color. So that literally leaves a white man. And I think that is I think for the people who feel the most uncomfortable about her being a woman of color, despite how, if you think she's black, if you think she's Indian, if she thinks she's this, if she thinks she's that, a woman of color, period. I think that she needs to balance it out in the mind of Americans with a white man.
She need to get Pete Buttigieg is who she needs to
So he is on the short list too. I thought
Is
they were
he?
going to bring up Pete Buttigieg and I thought they were going to bring up Gavin Newsom as well. I think that Gavin Newsom, although he's a great white man, I think he's way too liberal. Not for me. I like it. I think he's way too liberal for America, and these conservatives need something. I think there's what I think there's a lot of? I think there's a lot of liberal conservatives, if that makes sense. And I feel like I'm one of them because there's a lot of things that I do understand why people vote Republican because of some of the conservative views that they have. But at the same time, I also don't care about who people sleep with.
Yep.
I don't care about what you do with your body, how you do it with your body. I don't care about who the hell you marry either. Like there's things like that I just don't care because they don't bother me. But things like border control and gun control and things like that, I do care about.
Right.
So I think that they need to find someone who is a liberal conservative that can make the country feel like the things that they think that liberals don't care about, that they at least is a strategy or a something there to kind of help that.
Yeah.
That thing. I don't know. I could be wrong. maybe it's Ketanji Brown.
We shall see. I mean, I definitely don't think it's going to be Ketanji.
If it was Ketanji, it would be. Child. They gave that lady all the hell in the world. And that's what VP Kamala Harris, I think she's prepared for. She says she eats no for breakfast.
Yeah.
I think she needs to get prepared for her credentials being so zhizhed up that she has to be able to defend them hard.
Well, she said, I'm used to working with criminals and stuff, so I know Donald Trump's type, and I love that. Joe Biden addressed the nation yesterday for the first time since he dropped out of the race on Sunday, and so I didn't watch it. I don't know what he said. Triz, were you privy to any of what happened with him?
I watched some of it. I don't watch all of it. No.
So Joe Biden calls his decision to step aside from the 2024 race a matter of defending democracy. President Joe Biden, speaking to the nation from the Oval Office Wednesday evening, framed his decision to step aside from the 2024 presidential race as a matter of saving democracy and passing the torch to a new generation. In a poignant speech that marked the beginning of the closing chapter of his presidency and half-century in public service, Biden acknowledged that uniting the party required sacrificing personal ambition for what he sees as a greater good. I revere this office, but I love my country more, the president said. It's been the honor of my life to serve as your president, but in defense of democracy, which is at stake, and it is more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people, he said. While Biden did not mention Donald Trump by name.
Fastest run from home to first, 3.3 seconds.
I'm watching him like, you gonna stop this?
While Biden did not mention Donald Trump by name, he tried to draw a clear contrast with the former president, whose ambition led him to claim victory in an election he did not win 4 years ago. The great thing about America is here, kings and dictators do not rule, Biden said. The people do. History is in your hands. The idea of America lies in your hands.
I watched it yesterday, and it was a honorable, moving, inspirational, and just very balanced. Thank you, America. I got your back. I thought it was so good. I was so happy. He sounds fragile.
Uh-huh.
I think Joe Biden, honestly, I think he's going to go down in history as one of the most sincere presidents we've had.
Absolutely.
And one of the, he's shown his humility over and over again. He's probably had one of the most successful, even though considering that, his back was up against the Republicans.
Literally.
They did a lot of dope things. They did a lot of dope things. And I'm looking forward, hopefully, if Kamala gets in, I'm looking forward to the next 4 years with her.
Yeah, me too.
What's his press secretary's name? Jean-Pierre.
Yeah.
She was on The View 2 days ago. So she was on The View on Tuesday. I watched it yesterday. And the way that she spoke about him, she was getting very emotional.
Yeah.
But the way that she spoke about him and how much of an honor and a privilege it has been to be his press secretary, to work with him, how much of a good person he is, like aside from the presidency, but just like who he is as a person. Like I was getting a little emotional. I like Joe Biden.
I love Joe Biden.
I really, really do. And just from, he's made a huge difference in so many things for us people, especially and for elder Americans. I mean, the fact that he got insulin down to $35 for older Americans from what it was. Can you imagine that? That is life saving.
The fact that he is the 46th president.
46.
And he was the only president in the history of America to ever elect a black woman to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
This man, if he was as pompous as Trump, he would have never handed his ticket over to a black woman.
Never.
Imagine that.
Never.
And this is what I don't understand when people are going so hard for Trump, because I went down the rabbit hole yesterday of going down one of their TikTok commentators thing. Boy, it is nonsensical bullshit. Sorry. It is nonsensical foolishness that these people are saying. Like, I'm watching both types of TikTokers, the ones that are going for Kamala Harris, and they present receipts after every statement, articles, data points, everything. These Republicans on their TikTok, they're just saying whatever and however. They're not making any sense. They're not citing any sites. They have no data, nothing. They're just making things up.
That's the thing that's so strange to me, because we do have people who go back and fact check these things that people are saying, and everything that you're saying is lies. They said when Trump gave that speech the other day, he said 93 lies in whatever he said. 93 lies. So what was the truth?
That's what I'm saying. How is it that you guys are not able to Google these things that he's saying to find out if he actually did it, but you're so gung-ho on supporting him?
Yeah.
Because you like guns. You think that it's okay for this man to be a dictator because you want to be able to keep your 2 guns. You want to keep your 2 guns that you have legally as an American citizen, and you think that the Democrats gonna be like, oh no, nobody can ever have no guns no more. Right. Let's be for friggin' real.
Right.
It's in the goddamn amendment that they refuse to fix.
It's in the Constitution. You got the right to bear arms. Ain't that 2A?
It's number 2A.
Exactly.
It's the
right
second
there.
one.
Nobody can take that away from you.
They just all we're trying to do is stop domestic terrorism. That's it.
That's it.
We trying to stop your children. What else did they said? Like this thing about Kamala locking up thousands of black men. It was 45 and they weren't all black. There are actual citations and documents to say that she was the head attorney general. Most of the things that she is being blamed for, she never even seen, because the law states that a third deputy attorney general would be able to make these decisions without her. Yeah. So most of them that you guys are blaming her for, these thousands and thousands of black men that were locked up at her hands, she didn't even friggin' know.
Right.
She didn't know.
Right.
The other thing,
she put the handcuffs on him and put him in the prison.
Yes, she personally did it.
By herself, because that's what she decided.
She blocked a man who was on death row from getting freedom and stuff. They said they tested that man's DNA 3 to 4 times, and each time he was guilty.
Yeah.
Each and every time that they gave him a blood test, he was guilty. Yeah. What y'all wanted him to do? Let him out because he's black?
Yes, child.
I've been just kind of going, like, everything that they're saying, I've just been Googling it and finding the actual articles to find it. And I'm just like, so I did this in 3 seconds. You trying to tell me that you could come on Facebook and write 16 paragraphs, but you didn't Google, is this correct or not?
Well, Well, child.
Well, I tell you, we are doomed. We are doomed.
Well, that's the
We are
national
doomed.
news.
It's the national news. We
Yeah.
don't need it. As a entertainment court documents reveal Tupac murder suspect implicated Sean Kingston.
Combs.
Sean Combs in
The
the
rapper's death.
In the rapper's death. Yeah. Wow. Keefe D. Poor, the man charged in the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur in Las Vegas, has previously tried to implicate Sean Diddy Combs in the shooting. Dwayne Davis claimed in separate interviews, one with Las Vegas police and one with a documentary crew, that Combs offered to pay for the shooting as part of an ongoing feud with Marion Suge Knight. Davis' statements were included in a filming from the Clark County District Attorney's Office submitted in response to Davis seeking reconsideration of his bail conditions. A judge has yet to rule on his motion as
So
of
now
Wednesday.
he's blaming P. Diddy again?
I mean, he might as well.
After he took all the rap for it, then he want to throw it back at P. Diddy?
But you guys got to remember that Keefe D said that he wasn't in Vegas, and he was just fabricating those things. He also did say that too.
Then he should go to jail for fabricating on under oath or something.
Yeah, he had an outburst in court yesterday. Keefe D, man, I don't know, bro.
Keefe D is this Davis person?
Yes, nobody told you to go on all these platforms and you talking about you killed Tupac and all this crazy foolishness, and now you're paying for it, brother.
And that's stupid.
Yeah.
That sounds stupid.
Oh, Keefe D. I mean, might as well blame Puffy. What?
He did it.
I mean, who not gonna believe that Puffy did it?
Celine Dion teaming up with Lady Gaga for Olympic duet. That sounds unbalanced.
Nice. No, they both got really good voices. Lady Gaga is a singer.
She's just gonna. I know. Oh, but she wears meat as a clothing.
She don't wear meat no more. She's very
Lady Gaga
refined.
got Bad Romance, right?
Yes.
Iggy Azalea. Iggy Azalea calls herself the only parent to son with Playboy Cardi. Well, Iggy,
yeah.
What did you think?
I mean, ain't that
was? I didn't want to say it. I ain't going to say it, and I'm still not going to say it now. But, honey, join the goddamn club. Hello. Hello.
This next story is crazy.
Will Smith confirms first new album in almost 20 years.
I'm not ready for getting jiggy with it 2024. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Will Smith needs to come out with an album of poems or something like that.
Why don't he just go read some Audible books or
Why
something?
don't he just go make another movie or something like that?
I don't think he did good in this last Bad Boys movie. He should do that.
He should do that.
He released an album 19 years ago, 2005, called Lost and Found, and that's where it should have stayed.
What songs was on that album?
The album will include references
jiggy with it.
to his wife's drama, Chris Rock, and more. He said it's good to dance in your darkest moments.
It was a dance album.
In addition, on an Instagram post on Tuesday, yesterday, 2 days ago, to preview his new collaboration with Russ called Work of Art. Smith said, "I just finished my album." I don't know. Who's checking for this? Y'all checking?
I really can't say that I am excitable about.
I will listen to whatever they play on the radio.
Yes. Let me see if we can hear a little bit of
I'm a king, no denying this. Every limit, I'm defying it. Everybody wanna be a lion until it's time to do lion.
All right, let's bring it back. Okay, he got cool.
Sword up to my neck again. I ain't holding my breath again. Head's heavy that wears the crown, but I won't bow down unless I'm in. I'm a king, no denying this. Every limit, I'm defying it. Everybody wanna be a lion until it's time to do lion shit.
Oh, that's heavy.
It's over?
Oh, Mrs. Smith.
Tory Lanez announces he'll be dropping prison tapes, and it's gonna be amazing.
Listen to Will Smith than Tory Lanez prison tapes.
No, take it back. Tory Lanez.
No, I know the Tory Lanez prison tapes is gonna be good.
It's gonna be so fire.
But I don't want to support him.
I'm not supporting him either. I'm only gonna listen to what they play on the radio as well. because his Chicks tapes was lit.
I'm only gonna listen to it when you play it in your car and I ride with you all the time.
Tory Lanez. I mean, if I was a singer rapper, that's what I would be doing in prison because I don't have anything else to do but to make music. So you should come up with the prison tapes all the way up to 10 because every year you should drop a prison tape that you're gonna be in there for the 10 years.
You gotta make that money.
Let's hear what he's saying, Tristan. Tory Lanez needs a voice.
All right.
Quick
update 2024. I got a lot of good news, man. First and foremost, I want to talk about the music. After about 20-something to 30-something fuck-ups in the States, me and my engineer finally figured out how to record music over the jail phone and still keep the quality as professional as I had it on the street. It's over. I done cracked the fucking code, man. This means that not even these prison walls can stop me from dropping new music. It's crazy. That being said, man, I'm about to start dropping hot heaps of coal on y'all head top. You know what I mean? I'm dropping the all-new Free Tory playlist. It's going to be updated every week with new music that I'm recording from prison in real time. You know, this is the first of its kind. And although God has already showed me that this moment is only temporary, it speaks testimony to the fact that no matter where they put me, they can't lock down my spirit, my ambition, my soul, my passion, nor my destiny. Umbrella, I'll be home very soon. But in the meanwhile, Free Tory playlist on the way. You heard?
Whose name is Umbrella?
I think that was his son or something. I don't know.
Tristan, get out.
I don't know.
I think that is something. Free Tory in 10 years. PNB Rock's murder trial begins with accusations of guesswork. So his trial is going to be starting soon, and there's a lack of evidence. Where is the evidence that my client instructed his son to commit cold-blooded murder? The defendant's lawyer asked jurors. So it was a father-son situation.
It was a father-son situation. Yeah.
Oh, so they're trying to get one off.
There's just
remember, it was a father-son. The young, I think he was 16 or something like that.
There's just sometimes where I feel that there's no need for a trial.
Mm-hmm.
These people went in there and killed that man while he ate dinner. Everybody saw it. It's what happened. Send him to jail for whatever. What is the trial for?
The both of them. I don't care if he was influenced by his father or not.
Right.
They both got to go to jail.
America court system work. Gotta go.
Nearly 2 years after hip-hop star PNB Rock was gunned down inside of a Roscoe Chicken and Waffles in South Los Angeles, prosecutors showed an autopsy photo on a courtroom TV Tuesday as the two men facing charges related to his murder began their trial. A jury of 8 men and 4 women watched silently as Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney Timothy Richardson gave his opening statement. The prosecutor walked the panel through a roadmap of the surveillance video he intends to play in their Compton, California courtroom over the next 2 weeks. Defense lawyers of co-defendant Freddie Throne, 42, and Tremont Jones, 46, said jurors should instead focus on the gaps and guesswork in the state's case. My client, Freddie Throne, did not pull the trigger. He was not inside the restaurant at the time. This charge of murder is the most serious charge. We have to have evidence to support it, defense attorney Wilson McKenson said. Throne has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of murder, 2 counts of robbery, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit a felony.
How does defense attorneys sleep at
night? I don't know.
That's something I couldn't do.
I don't know because you just out here defending foolishness with video surveillance. Like the cop who shot the lady, Sandra Massey. What is it that his defense? I'm glued to that because I want to know what is it. He pled not guilty, right? I want to know what is it that they're going to come up with that he was justified in the shooting after being fired the next day and indicted on first degree, which is premeditated murder.
Yeah.
The man said, I will shoot you in the face and proceeded to shoot her in the face.
Would it be different? You think if she got shot, but it wasn't in the face, do you think it would still be first degree? Do you think he like incriminated himself by saying that? What? I don't understand. There's not even like maybe yes, maybe I don't. The fact that y'all didn't tase her with boiling water is crazy to me. You know, like
You took out a gun. You brought a gun to a real gun to a water fight.
Yeah,
that's what you did.
One of the things that impacted me about that video, the parts that I did watch, was when the people came in and they were like, "Where's the gun?" And he was like, "There's no gun."
It was water. Look, it's almost to my feet.
It was boiling water that almost touched my feet.
And then the lady immediately was like, "Oh, yeah." Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See you later. And with that said, people will end on that note. Bobby Steele is up next with the Bobby Steele Show with Sweet Tea from 11 to 1 o'clock. Make sure that you guys keep it locked because have more music, more entertainment, and more news coming up next. We will be out of the building tomorrow. Tristan might be in here playing a little music up or two, but most likely there will be no morning show tomorrow. So make sure that you guys keep it locked. Anyhow.
keep listening. Keep listening.
Keep
Even though we won't be here, the station's still here.
The station
Yes.
is still here.
It's music still a play. Music a beat.
Yes.
All right.
See you tomorrow. Oh, see you sometime. Bye.
See you soon, bye.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
Radio. New England's #1 urban Caribbean music.
Radio.
Spark FM.